إن الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا من يهدي الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدًا عبده ورسوله يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله حق تقاته ولا تموتن إلا وأنتم مسلمون يا أيها الناس اتقوا ربكم الذي خلقكم من نفس واحدة وخلق منها زوجها وبث منهما رجالا كثيرا ونساء واتقوا الله إن الله كان عليكم رقيبا يا أيها الذين آمنوا قولوا قولا سديدا يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله وقولوا قولا سديدا يصلح لكم أعمالكم ويغفر لكم ذنوبكم ومن يطع الله ورسوله فقد فاز فوزا عظيما أما بعد. My dear respected brothers and sisters in Islam, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I would like to start my khutbah with a question. Have you ever tasted Jannah? In Sahih Muslim, Ibn Mas'ud narrates from Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam the warming story of the last man to escape the hellfire. His crawl away from hell is filled with his face slipping into the dirt, a tremoring walk, a fire that licks him until he finally escapes. When he is past it, he looks back, horrified, and announces with the loudest voice, "All praise is due to Allah, who saved me from you." Then he says, most proud, "Verily, I have been rewarded with something that no one, from the beginning to the end of creation, has been blessed with." At that moment, a tree catches his eye, a tree that was commanded to be raised for him. He quickly raises his hands. "O Allah, allow me to draw near to that tree so I can cool off under its shade and drink from its water." Then Allah Ta'ala says, "O son of Adam, I fear that if I grant you what you ask, you shall ask for more." "Nay, O Allah," the man pleads, and he testifies that he shall ask no more. As the man basks in the glory of the tree, another tree is raised, one more bounteous and lush than the first. The man pleads, "O Allah, allow me to draw near to that tree so I can cool off under its shade and drink from its water." Then Allah says, "Did you not promise me you would ask for nothing more after I give you the first tree? Perhaps if I give you the second tree, you shall ask for more." The man testifies that he will not and is permitted that tree. Just then, a tree is raised near the doors of Jannah, one more bounteous and lush than all the rest. The man says, "O Allah, allow me to draw near to that tree so I can cool off under its shade and drink from its water." And Allah says, Did you not promise me that you would ask for nothing else?" The man says, "After that tree, Ya Allah, nothing else." He is permitted to draw near to that tree. And as he nears the doors of Jannah, he hears the inhabitants of Jannah. And he says, "O Allah, enter me into Jannah." "O son of Adam," Allah announces, "what shall satisfy you and finish your pleading?" Then Allah offers, "Will it please you if I give you all the treasures and the bounty of the entire world and then double it?" The man's smile shuts off and his eyes lock up. "My Lord, you are the Lord of the universe. Are you mocking me?" Ibn Mas'ud started laughing when he said this to his students. He said, "Why am I laughing? I'm laughing because Rasulullah laughed when he told us this story. And also I'm laughing for Allah's laughter when the man said, "You are the Lord of the universe. Are you mocking me?" Allah then tells him, "I'm not mocking you. Rather, I'm capable of doing whatever I wish." Allahu Akbar. Turn to almost every page in the Quran and you'll find mention of Jannah. Jannah, have you ever seen it? Have you ever smelt it? Have you ever touched it? Have you ever tasted it? Many Muslims tasted the Iman of Jannah, and Bilal ibn Rabah is one of them. His slave master would drag Bilal out to the grilling desert at noontime and would press Bilal to the ground and place a boulder on his chest to increase the torture. As his back would melt away, Bilal would say nothing but Ahad, Ahad, one, only one. Later in his life, when companions would see Bilal's scarred back, tears would well into their eyes, and they would ask him how he survived this punishment. Listen to his answer. The pain of punishment mixed with the sweetness of Iman. I tasted both, and the sweetness of Iman overcame everything until I felt no more pain. Today, let us sample Jannah as offered to us in the Quran and the Sunnah. The gates of Jannah. Imagine yourself present on the day when the gates of Jannah will be opened with all of the splendor that lies beyond it. Allah tells us in the Quran about when the muttaqun are escorted to the gates of Jannah by the most handsome of angels. And those who feared their Lord will be led to the garden in crowds until they arrive there. Its gates will be opened and its keepers will say, "Peace be upon you. You have done well, so enter Jannah and live in it for eternity." Rasulullah spoke to the Sahaba about the different gates of Jannah. He mentioned the gate of prayer, the gate of jihad, the gate of siyam, and the gate of charity. The shade in Jannah. Imagine yourself in Jannah's cooling shade, water springs surrounding you, and fruits dipping in hand's reach. Allah tells us, indeed the muttaqun will be amid shades and springs and fruits from whatever they desire. Eat and drink to your heart's content for what you used to do in dunya. Such we certainly reward the doer of good. The ambience in Jannah. Imagine yourself in Jannah. Jannah has no gossip, no backbiting. Your face will shine with joy, and you're so glad that you woke up for Fajr all those days. This is what the atmosphere is like in Jannah. Truly, Jannah is the greatest gift one can get. As Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, indeed, Jannah is the greatest attainment. To attain the world's greatest gift, you must work hard and change your ways for the better. There once was a pious man who was enslaved to a wicked master. The righteous slave wanted to teach his master a lesson that he could not forget, a lesson that would make him change his ways. The master told him one day to plant wheat. The slave took the opportunity and collected seeds of barley and planted them instead. As the season drew near, the master was enraged to see after all that hard work, the slave had planted the wrong seeds. With this thrashing rage, he scolded the slave and said, "Why did you do this?" The righteous slave said, "I had hoped the barley seeds would come out as wheat." The master said, "How can you plant barley seeds and expect them to come out as wheat?" The slave stopped and said, "How can you disobey Allah and expect His bounteous mercy? How can you openly challenge Allah's deen and hope for Jannah?" The master was stunned and silent. He said, "You have taught me something today that I have never realized. You are free for the sake of Allah." Subhanallah, because of that righteous slave's lesson, the slave master freed the slave and became Muslim. وأقول قولي هذا واستغفر الله لكم فاستغفروه. إن الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا من يهدي الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له أما بعد. The Prophet ﷺ said, the easiest way into Jannah is fasting. As Muslims, we fast the holy month of Ramadan. This is the month when the gates of Jannah are open and the gates of hell are closed. It is in this month that the devils are chained. This is the month of Laylatul Qadr. This month has given us so much blessings and opportunities to increase our good deeds, such as every night 60,000 people are freed from the hellfire. And in the last night of Ramadan, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala frees the slaves equivalent to the sum that was freed from the beginning of the first day. And the multiplication of our good deeds, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala increases the reward for our deeds in this special month. For an optional act, a person is rewarded according to the reward of a mandatory deed. And the reward for a fard is multiplied at least 70 times. Yet some people still choose to disobey Allah and increase their bad deeds. And by doing this, they are choosing hell over heaven. Dear brothers and sisters, we have a great opportunity coming up in the next week or so. Laylatul Qadr will be in the last 10 days of Ramadan. And we should all try our best to take advantage of it. Allah Ta'ala says in the Quran, Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim, Inna anzalnahu fi laylatil qadr, wa ma adraka ma laylatul qadr. Laylatul qadri khayrun min alfi shahr. تنزل الملائكة والروح فيها بإذن ربهم من كل أمر سلام هي حتى مطلع الفجر. In the name of Allah, the most gracious, the most merciful. Surely we sent it down during the night of power. And what shall make thee known what the night of power is? The night of power is better than 1,000 months. Therein descends angels and the Spirit by the command of their Lord, with divine decree concerning every matter. It is all peace until the rising of dawn. Sadaqallah al-Azim. Laylatul Qadr is a night of great blessing in which Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala showers His mercy upon those of His believers whom sincerely and faithfully love and obey His will. It is a night which is commonly associated with the revelation of the Holy Quran, but also has other meanings which are deeply rooted in Allah's attribute of Rahmaniyat. From the above verses of the Holy Quran, we are made to understand that Laylatul Qadr literally means the night of power. It is a night of which the value is greater than 1,000 months, and in which the angels descend upon the earth and help to breathe a new life into mankind. Abu Hurairah radiallahu anhu reports, Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam said, whoever stands in prayer and ibadah on the night of power with sincere faith and with sincere hope of gaining reward, his previous sins are forgiven. Please, brothers and sisters, do not let this opportunity go to waste. Let's work hard now so we have something to show Allah on the Day of Judgment. Allahumma salli ala Sayyidina Muhammadin fil awwaleen, wa salli ala Sayyidina Muhammadin fil akhirin, wa salli ala Sayyidina Muhammadin fil mali'il a'la ila yawm ad-din. Allahumma ati nafusana taqwaha, wa zakkiha anta khayru man zakkaha. أنت وليها ومولاها يا رب العالمين. ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار. آمين آمين. قوموا إلى صلاتكم يرحمكم الله.